How's it going, everybody? Am I recording? I am recording. So, my final video of this vlog series of, just the A to Z of finding out of my son's passing, all the way through sending him off properly in the heart and mind and soul and spirit, per the will of the Lord, of my grandson or my son's son, and to give his mom the best amount of relief possible along with the rest of the family. It worked for me 1,000%. And if you were not there but you wanted to be, you're in our hearts. And but I can tell you that everybody that was there, they just feel different the next day, in a good way, 100%. It's only fitting that I'm in a car moving forward. Do you hear that engine roar? I mean, we're getting on with our life. I now know deep in my soul, deep in my spirit, my son is in a much better situation than he was in. And that's all we can ever ask the Lord of our children. No matter where they're at today, Lord, put them in a better situation tomorrow. And after that, well, that's great. But now I need him or her in a better place, right? Me, now. We're constantly needing it to be better, bigger, stronger, faster. Make me happier, Lord. Right? We don't realize what whiny babies we are, but the Lord took care of the situation. My son is no longer suffering. Selfishly, I would love to have him around, but no. Better situation. I forgot to say that after we left, we went to Beef's. Beef's was closing at 5 for Christmas party. Saw one of my students behind the bar. One of the ones that wrote very special notes, very upset that I was leaving back in the Gibson middle of February of 2015. And there she was. I told her while we were there, and, condolences. But they were closing at 5. I hung out with Ross and a few there while others transitioned over to the Brack Shack, which I'd never been to. And I have to catch up with that boy at some point. He thought the world of Tully, and I've always thought the world of him. And I'll have to catch up with Bracken. Love his new place. And so then we transitioned over there, where another lady working there, young lady, says, "Do you know who I am?" And I said, "I bet I was your PE coach." And she goes, "Yep." And she gave me her name, and just as sweet as ever. And it was just like, it was so cool for my friends to see two different situations where that's just how it is when you're the Coach Hood of North Lakeland or Auburndale. And it just lets me know, job well done. And I told the guys, if you spoil the girls, you'll have the male students in the palm of your hand. So I always spoiled my female students. Treated them like gold. And so the guys, see, if you're mean to the girls, the guys they'll flex on you, because they want to stick up for the girls. But if they see that the girls are happy and you've got the female students in good rapport, then now the boys are like, they're much more manageable. So I learned that as a PE coach early in the process. And So yeah, anytime I ever run into one, they're always like, "Hey, coach, you remember me?" And it's always good, always positive. Where I work now, at one of the locations, one of my male students actually works there. He's a deputy, if you know where I work. So, and he was like, "Do you remember me?" I don't ever remember hardly anybody, but by face. Like, I'm horrible with names. There's nobody worse with names than myself. So that's on me. But, they always tell me who they are and so on and so forth. But, so yeah. So that was cool at Beefs, at Brack Shack. But it still would have felt a little empty than just to go straight home. I wasn't ready to close it out. And thankfully, Marissa and I and her boyfriend Peter, we had plans to follow up and meet up downtown Winter Haven. Of course, you never can get into Arabella's. Where am I going? I need to change lanes. You can never get into Arabella's as a walk-up. Well, we did, as the good Lord allowed that to happen. And there we go. And yeah, I'm on the right road. So we I went into Ave Bar, as Coach Barham says. That's Ave. It's Italian. It's not Ave Bar, Arabella's little bar. And I said, okay, Coach, I like it. Ave Bar. Went in there, it was packed, no tables. Texted Marissa, I was like, it's packed. She's 10 minutes out. I walked in, talked to the hostess. Of course, they're packed. And she's looking. I actually told her my son had passed. And sorry to be so... I guess what I'm saying is I had to tell her about my son's situation. Use my son's situation to let her know why I'm trying to get in here late notice. Kind of an impromptu situation. Sweet young lady. I let her know there will be a tip involved in this. And she got right on it. And she came and said, I got you one. Came back in there. Over tipped the bartender, so she should give me back change so I could hand the lady some cash. She sat me down. Marissa and Peter showed up. We had an amazing time. Just absolutely amazing time. Eric Dees was there with Ryan Elrod. Ryan was probably the last of Tully's friends for me to hear from or see. And there he was. And I did see him he did come to the ceremony. I just didn't have a chance to really spend time with him. So he was dressed in his coat, from the service. And Eric was there, who spoke, had his cowboy hat on. He came inside the restaurant also because I had put myself there on Facebook. What do you call it? Check-in. And so they came right up to the table and greeted Peter, Marissa, and I. So there was Eric, there was Ryan Elrod, Marissa, Peter were all there inside Arabella's. So the night continued, the celebration continued, and my melancholy was just completely lifted. And by the time I went home, I was just like, I was 100%. Woke up today, 100%. Got off the phone with Eddie. Sherry had called, and got off the phone with Eddie, and he said everything was perfect. We sent the little guy off properly to his grandson. That's what I meant by little guy. We sent the grandson off properly, along with my son's memory. He just felt like it was everything it was supposed to be. And I've gotten nothing but that kind of feedback from everybody. So now I'm at peace with everything. It was the, as of today, as of 7:10 tonight, it will be a solid 12 full days. That biblical number. But what a 12 days that felt like 12 weeks. But soon enough, it'll all just seem a blur and just a sweet special memory. Again, I don't get to talk to my son anymore. Other than that, or spend time with him or hug his neck, but other than that, 100%. We're 100% here. Thanks to all of y'all. Again, Facebook forever changed. Social media forever changed because of the way social media was used to heal me. We'll never go back on that. I'll never be putting anything on social media that would make somebody feel uncomfortable. No, like, I don't care who you are or what you do. Nothing's coming on my social media to make you feel uncomfortable. Unless you click my daily Bible study. That'll be, the daily Bible studies will pop back up when, I'm hoping by, let's just say this coming Friday, since the last study was on a Thursday, it'll transition on my video play. It'll say Thursday, then Friday. Not knowing, hey, they were a month apart, basically. Because it was before I moved. Yeah, it was the day before Black Friday. Sure was. Woo! Yeah. So thanks. Thank you, everybody. This is the end of the video series. They all are on a playlist. And one of these days I might go back and listen to them, but I have no desire to go back and relive that initial hour-and-a-half video where people said it meant a lot to them. Even one guy said, it made me cry, and my late father would be very upset because he always told me not to cry. And that meant a lot to me. And I may never go back and listen to that. I just don't think that I need to. But if I'm ever in a place where I'm like, let's go back, fine. I remember there was an actor one time on David Letterman, and Letterman said, do you watch your movies? And he said, nope. I don't ever watch my movies. And Letterman said, why don't you watch your movies? He said, because that's him up there. And I could look a little more deeper into that, but I'm not going to do it. But I don't think there might ever be a reason for me to go back and listen to that. Yeah. But maybe I will. But right now, surely don't feel the need. Alright, love y'all very much. And thanks for following along. Everything you did helped me tremendously.